Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode in our single player world. This is episode, you can call it 24, but really it's episode 23, and I will explain to you what actually happened. So, this is a good little view. I thought I was actually walking here, I turned around, I looked at that, I was like, that's a really nice view. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking really good. I like, just ignore the trees. Of course, ignore the trees. So, between this episode and the last episode, I had a stream. And we got a lot of good stuff done. Well, one really big thing done in that stream. And then, me being the derp I am, look at this. That's, I was a derp. I'm sorry, guys. But yesterday, we missed yesterday's video. And what had happened is I had muted my mic. I do not know why, but I did. And that ended up meaning that we didn't have any audio for my mic the whole time. But what I did was one of the things, at least. Yesterday's episode was a kind of a weird episode, but I actually enjoyed the commentary quite a bit. It was one of the most fun episodes for me to have spoken, and it's one of the only episodes I did not recall myself speaking. So what we did is we built this rock. This was one of the things that we did. We did a few different things, and this was basically the main project of yesterday. And I know it seems like an odd thing, because it is quite an odd thing. But I think it came out really, really well. So before we get going with anything else in this episode, let's quickly discuss the rocks. So what I've got here is I've got this shape. I wanted to go through well, make the rock a little bit more interesting than just a big rock. This was actually a small island, kind of like that, but only sand over here. And I decided it would be kind of good to have it look like it's got vegetation growing on it, have a few things around it like that. And I think that looks really, really good. We've got over here, actually, I don't know. Okay, 34, let's go. Let's do it. By the way, have caution, when you guys drop into the ocean, like this, look at that, durability still goes down on that, so you got to make sure you're standing up like that. If you're doing the little random fish swimmy thing, you're losing durability on your elytra. So this was my idea for the island. I wanted to make it look like it's a little bit of a rock that's come out over here. This is actually going to be terraformed eventually, obviously. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have, it's kind of matching up with this piece over here. I put in a bit of diorite in this. I put in a bit of stone, a bit of cobblestone. I really like this tree that we've got going on here. Look at that. That tree is looking really, really cool. Just sticking out the edge. Look, this is the fish swim mode that I'm talking about. It's not good. So, yeah, that tree is looking really, really good, I think. And it just kind of sticks out from the edge. I've also got these logs, a few lily pads to make it look as if stuff gets washed in here. Rubbish kind of settles in there, and that's the way this kind of works, I guess. That's the way this thing does its stuff. So, today, I was thinking, well, this was actually why I was starting the rock, but I wasn't going to do it for a few episodes, but I was actually planning on going back to the Snowy Village, to be honest. That was my plan. I was going to go Snowy Village, which we were at, then I was going to build this rock, and then I was going to do another episode back in the Snowy Village, and then come back to this rock for the main attraction of the rock. And I know you might be wondering what the main attraction is, although the thumbnail probably gave it away. So basically, this rock is a magical rock in some weird respect, and it sounds dumb, and it is dumb, but bear with me. And my thought is that there is, of course, when I started this series, I did mention that I want this world to be themed around a medieval style with magic, and I don't think we've touched on that magic yet. We've got the wizard tower. That's as close as we've come to it. But what I want to do now is I want to start getting a little bit of the idea of strange things happening in here. And I'm underneath this rock. I mean, look at that. Look at this area. In fact, I actually need to still extend that out a little bit, even underneath there. And underneath this area, we've got a lot of land that we can clear out and make ourselves a really cool little project. And what I'm thinking of is something sort of like an arcane room that has got like magical powers, which get harnessed by something. We will come up with something. If you've got a plan to use it, definitely let me know, because I'm yet to decide what I want in this thing. I'm still choosing what I like, still choosing what I want this how I want this magical process to go on with. So what I'm gonna do now, because I'm really, man, it's the old. This is my. By the way, my other silk touch is actually now in the graveyard. It is completely too expensive to fix, so I've got this one here now. But what I'm planning on doing now is I'm probably going to go and do a little bit of a mining session, get my beacon hopefully set up once and for all. And then what we're going to do is we're going to clear out a bunch of room here and start a magical orb-like thing, I guess. And we're going to do a few interesting things with that. I'm not 100% certain on how I'm going to pull it off, but that's my plan, and it's a good plan, I think, to start off with. How's that for starting off with the plan? I think this is looking pretty empty right now, which is what we want. We want this to be empty. Look at that. It's a giant egg-like shape. Let me go out here. Look at that. See? Torn out there. Torn out all that. And it was all made very, very easy by our glorious Haste 2. Because, of course, I did do the beacon. In fact, I went beacon mining for my beacony stuff. And it took me, I got a bit caught up in my mining. I did about a 2-hour mining session. Really, really enjoyed it, actually. Let me just do this. Because why not? There we go. So that's what we're looking at right there. Looking pretty good. I think we can work a lot with these. The ceilings are going to be a little bit annoying to work with, for me at least, in terms of texturing, getting the shape right. But the shape is almost there, just coincidentally. And this is actually just from me just digging out like that, just randomly. And I've managed to shape it a little bit like this. It still needs work. Do not worry. We will fix it up a bit more. There's Frankenbeacon over there. Look at that. A bit of everything. But at least we actually landed up, look at this, we landed up with extra stuff. We still had those, and those. Plus all of those that could still be used. And that. Really, really good. So the idea is now what I want to do, I want to think about this. And I had an idea quite a long time ago for another project, not in this world, but to make a, like your basic elements, you know, your earth, wind, fire, water, or air, or whatever, like all of those sorts of ones. I think it's air, earth, water, and fire. I'm pretty sure those are the 4 like elements. I say that in quotations, even though I don't have quotations. But that's what I'm thinking. I think what would be really, really cool is to put in something similar where we've got like the heat and the cold, and then we've got like the earth. So basically over here, this could be the cold one. Out near the desert, we could do a heat one. In the jungle area, we could do an earth one, and in the water out far that way, if you guys don't know which way that is. Oh man, I've just tabbed out. Windows key is really in an awkward position sometimes, but I overuse that thing, so I never turn it off. Yeah, over there and that way, there's a lot of ocean. Well, even that way, there's a lot of ocean. We can maybe do these 4 mini projects, I guess. These mini elemental rooms. I reckon that will be really, really cool. See how we go with this one at least. Oh man, you know what? I've done that twice in the same clip. I've done that twice in the exact same thing, and I haven't done it at all in a long time. Okay, so my plan right now is I want to get a bunch of dyes, which is why we got our dye farm set up 2 episodes ago. 2, or maybe 1. Now that this episode has messed me up, but maybe 1 episode ago. And not only that, I don't want to only get the dyes. I also need to get a bunch of the concrete blocks. I got to get a bunch of glass, which is actually pretty good because look at that. We've got some sand. But before we do that, I want to also go and take you guys on a little bit of a trip down to the big project that I talked about that we finished off on our stream. Every episode, or every day, we're getting closer to our mending book. That's it. We need a mending book, and it's about time that we take a step forward. And what I did in the last stream was start our villager spawner, and this is the end portal, by the way. Oh, of course, you guys know that. And I've moved the nether portal up here, so when I was moving villagers over, it was super easy. And one little tip, by the way, if you guys want a pro tip, if you're moving villagers out of a portal, sometimes when you have a wall behind the portal, the village, like a proper like brick wall or something like that, you can't get the villagers out. But if you use one of these cobblestone walls like that, you can get behind them, push them out of there, and I mean that goes for any time you're pushing villagers through portals. Really, really cool thing. I'm glad I learned that tip. That wasn't actually a tip that I learned. That was just me figuring it out. I wish I knew that early on when I was doing it. So let's go down over here. So first of all, this is something the stream hasn't seen. Basically, I've tried to trick the game. If you guys don't know how these village breeders work, you try and trick the game to think that they have villages. Like, this is a village and we don't have any villagers in the village. So they need to spawn more villagers in. So look at this. We've got this big open area here. Looking down on a room with a villager in it. There's a villager. No, there's the villager. And all of these are doors. I've got a bit overkill, but you know what? I'd rather go overkill than underkill, you know? You'd rather overdo something than underdo something. Right, so let me just do this. This is the smartest way to do it. Probably not, but I'm going to do it anyway. And actually, I could have stopped on top there. So here we go. Look at that. Nitwit villager falling down there. It took a bit of damage, but you know what? It's not finished yet, all right? It's not finished. So basically, what it does is there's the spawning platform there. There's a spawning platform here. And villagers spawn when they've got their hunger filled up. That's why we've got a farmer villager farming carrots, because it feeds all the rest of the villagers. And not only that, oh, there are 2 babies up there. I've got to fix this to make them run off the edge more often. I've got a trick in my mind that I want to try out. But yeah, basically you just trick the game to think that there's a need to spawn villagers. Now I've got one. Is this a... Yeah, it's a cartographer. Okay, what have we got? Butcher, cleric, butcher. I might actually... Let me just do this. I'm just gonna kill these for now, because eventually we will end up filling up our villager. We will do a proper trading hall and stuff like that. But for now, we just... Actually, that guy. If I could get that guy, that would be good. But basically, those guys are just taking up space and making it harder for us. So until we get our mending villager, there's 2 of those guys up there. That could be... Oh, I don't have any ender pearls. And in the end, I should be able to get some of these. Let me go grab an ender pearl. Got him. And also, I quickly upgraded my pickaxe. Healed it up a little bit. It took a bit of a pounding from the mining session and clearing out all that space. So now we're back. Now we're back here. And basically... This is all we need. This is really all we need. It's working. That village over there is making it look like, think that all these doors need filling. They're busy doing their business to try and get us some more villagers. Everything's working pretty fine. And you may be wondering, why, Jansey, would you be building this in the end? That seems like a really pointless thing. And to be completely fair, you're kind of right. Okay, let's quickly, before we carry on. No. Oh, this is the guy I brought in here. This is the, efficiency 3 guy, okay. Ooh. Okay. Right, I'm gonna get rid of a few of these guys. I gotta keep the brown coat. We'll get rid of that guy. Cool. And this guy's not really of interest to me. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Alright, so basically, why I built this in the end was because zombies can't spawn in the end, so that makes our life a little bit easier for that reason. And not only that, I've got no real place where I AFK, but occasionally I come down here to heal my stuff up. So if I'm in the end, I'm safe, I can stand around. Endermen aren't going to get me under there, and in that platform, there's a, the little platform. Endermen can't get me there, so I'm pretty safe to just stand around and wait around. This is a Fortune 3 guy. This guy we found in that village we explored not too long ago. Butcher, you're dead. As a matter of fact, I might just leave the butcher here. Maybe it'll improve the spawn rates. I might just leave 3 villages in there, so 2 breeding villages. All right, so we'll come back periodically and check this out. We will eventually have a proper trading station for it, but for now, I think that's gonna do. Okay, so originally I was thinking maybe we're gonna go ahead and start with the orb that I was talking about, but I'm feeling what might be a bit better off is before we get going on with that. By the way, I've collected up a bunch of different things that we're gonna be using. A bunch of these blocks. There's even more different blocks over there. We're going to try and make this look unreal. This is the one part of this world which we don't have to keep to the style, because this is going to be hidden away. Only if you come looking for it, you're going to find it. And in fact, I kind of want this feeling to be that what we are doing here is actually unknown to the rest of the world. The rest of this world over here really has got no clue about the existence of this place. This is merely just a place that we're building in. And I think that'll be kind of cool, you know, just a magical place that well, I mean, it's been discovered by us, but not by anything in this world. And I think that could be really, really cool to have, you know, just these little things where, think of this, right? We're doing the world download for our, episode 140 tour. Think of the new people there. They might not even have watched from the beginning, and they're going to be like, wait, what? Like, you know, searching this. I want that to be the case, that someone comes into this world and looks and they're like, wait, there's more than just what meets the eye. I love that. That's what I'm really looking forward to. In fact, in the last world, I did something somewhat similar with a few things, you know, just the hidden biomes and stuff underground, just things you wouldn't really think to look for if you didn't know about them. But if you came across them, say for instance, people going to spectator mode and explore around, they bound to come across this and think they've discovered something that's never been seen before. But I think there'll be something really, really cool. So what I'm doing now, by the way, is I'm just trying to get this stuff in here. What I'm planning on doing is I'm hoping this is actually going to work, because I haven't actually tested it out, but I want to make a little bit of a bulge over here with a bit of ice, like that maybe, coming over the top here. Just not a dome, but sort of like one, if you get what I mean. So it goes, it's not going to be even. Take it that way. It definitely won't be a nice even number. Okay, I've actually got to come out here a little bit more. Let's get that. Let's get that. Let's pop those away. Bam, bam. And then probably just one more up there. Let's check that out. Yeah, something like that. Just coming over the top here as if it's just frozen over the air's frozen over. Maybe not too crazy. In fact, do I want it that high? No, I don't want it that high. But something along those lines. Then what we're going to also do, besides this, is we're going to also be putting in a bunch of these little icicles and, I guess, icy stalagmites, really. Don't know what icicles are called growing up. I mean, I am an Australian after all. we don't really deal much with this type of stuff. But, yeah, like stuff like that. That'll look really, really cool. And then, of course, what we're going to do is we're going to have to go and explore maybe not today, definitely not today, but we're going to have to go and explore a guardian temple, because I know these suggestions are going to be in the comments, and trust me, I've thought about it. Why not use some sea lanterns to light this place up? And yes, that is a great idea. That is a fantastic idea. Look at that. That's perfect. And I definitely will be doing that. Let's try out some of this. So I'm just playing around with some ideas because I know that this stuff works. I've done something similar, which I called an ice cavern in my last world, and yes, that's right. We need to get rid of the torches. Right, we'll just put that one back. Pretend that didn't happen. All right, so let's quickly go and get. Can I get up there? Yeah. Okay, it's nighttime. Do not fear. We are all right. I'll get rid of those. And there. Okay, so what I want to do is I just want to make a little bit of light blue dye and make some light blue stained glass, light blue stained glass panes, and get these guys on there. I think this could look really cool. So take that out, take that, and oh, that is really cool. I thought that would actually connect to the ice. That is actually pretty awesome, because then it means I can do something like this. Play around with stuff like that. Maybe not that there, but I guess I could. I could play around with this idea though, because I actually thought these would connect to the ice, but it makes sense that they don't now. Yeah, the white needs to go. We can maybe put in a bit of the light blue here, but that's really, really cool. I've also got some cyan stuff, some stuff for cyan at least, we can put in here. And I want to just make this cave look pretty much like it's been hit with the giant cold bomb. You know, everything is just icy cold from the roof to the bottom. There's going to be probably no water. I hope there's no water. And it's going to then be ready for us to have the giant sphere-like thing, the orb, that's cooling this whole place down. So this is what we're looking at. I've found a way to actually get the light to be... Oh, I'm sliding here. To get the light to be in the floor, hidden, and not melt the ice. And I think this is starting to slowly turn into what I'm picturing. I'm still going to do a lot more white in here. I think it needs a lot more of the snow. And also another thing which I thought about is if this is what's causing this area over here to be cold, and it's very, very cold, obviously. I need a way of I need to put a bit of ice on the outside here. So I'm actually going to start just getting a few pieces around these places here on the outside. Not much, because I actually like the look of it without the ice. But I like the idea that this is what's the power of this area. And another thing, by the way, we were getting a lot of mobs when I walked away from here. So hopefully this change makes a difference with the lighting. And what I've done, I'll show you. I'll do one over here. So basically, for those of you guys who don't know, torches melt ice. They don't melt compressed ice, but the only problem with compressed ice is that compressed ice is not transparent in the same way that you can see through these. Like, look at this. You can see right through that. Transparent, the compressed ice, that doesn't do it. So what my trick is, and this I've actually used in a custom biome in my previous world, and it's a really, really cool trick. It's really, really neat. So if you go like this, right? So normally I would use leaf blocks because they work pretty well. They actually work better than the glass in this case. But when you do that, you kind of block off that area so that it's not as harsh to look at when you put it through. Oh man, okay, I've got ice here. I was like, no way. The one time I want to do it. Okay, when you put a bit of ice there, look at that. So it kind of just blocks off a little bit. If I wanted to do this a little bit better, I could probably drop the ice one more block down and also try and hide that thing over there under one level. So kind of do a U shape like that. So picture this block over here. This is where the torch is. Then you've got open block there, open block there, open block there, open block there, and then we come through. So basically you can't see the torch, but you see the light coming through, and that's what I really, really like. Like, this is a little bit glitchy because of slabs and things not making sense in the game, but I think that's going to work really, really well. I've also done a bit of the roof. The roof is a bit difficult to do, but I'm gonna do it. And also, by the way, one thing that I'm doing is I'm going to be putting snow on the walls, but I've been putting in these quartz half slabs on the undersides because we can't do anything else besides quartz half slabs. And also, by the way, white concrete powder is going to be the next thing I'm adding in because I think it looks really, really good. I got a suggestion actually for this. This was in 2 episodes ago, 1 episode ago. I saw it in the comment section of putting in some white concrete powder for snow, and I didn't think about that. I'm amazed I didn't think about it, but it's a great idea. It's a fantastic idea, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here. So I'll change up a bit of these. I'm back. Just had to cough. All right. So what I was saying. Where was I? I was saying. Oh yes, one other cool thing. We've got one cool thing that I've been playing around with was this over here, the cyan concrete powder and a bit of the cyan concrete as well, just to make it look a little bit more blue. And I think it gives us a really nice little touch. And also kind of pushes it towards a little bit more of a magic type vibe, in my opinion. In my opinion, it kind of looks like that. So my next things I want to add in here will be a bit more of that stuff, because I've actually run out of the cyan concrete. And I'm also going to be putting in a few more, just finishing up, putting in a bit more snow, a bit more ice, just all around, just filling this area up, making it feel like a real snowy place in here. Then after that, and I can actually start doing these once and for all, I've put these down so many times, but I keep losing them because the damn ice melts and then destroys it with all the water. But once I've done that, then I guess I can start on the orb, which is going to be the fun part. That's the part I'm really looking forward to because I've got a few different ideas for it. One idea is to put in the orb with a bit of a thing holding it down. The other thing I'm thinking will be the coolest thing is maybe chaining it down to the bottom as if it is meant to be stuck in here. It's been hidden away for centuries, never been discovered. And I think that's one other idea that I could be doing. Or alternatively, just a levitating one. Oh, by the way, here we go. Forgot about these. Levitating, you can't really see them too well, but just putting the glass panes in here as if they kind of an explosion, kind of just levitating around here or something like that. It looks pretty cool. I'm going to put them around the place as well. Just give us this extra feel. And also, another thing is I want to put in some purple rods, or what are they? Not purple rods? You know what I'm talking about. I can't remember them. I think it's, yeah, purple, yeah, whatever. So I want to get them around the place, just giving a little bit of a twinkle every here and there. That would look really cool, specifically with their particle effects. That would look really, really awesome. All right, we're back, and I want to quickly show you something that I was taught. Look at this, right? Last episode, I mentioned something about this always changing and being a bit annoying. Someone also pointed out in the comments, as per usual. Thank you for all the responses, by the way. If you right-click, it says right-click for more. I probably should just read. Then you can select them. How useful is that? Man, I should have known this. I should probably read. There we go. Perfect. All right, we got this. And I've got some sneaky plans. The next thing we need is our nether star. Oh, actually, I know where it is. This one here. That's a... Has nether star always had 2 A's? That's weird. Okay, never mind. I'm not even questioning it. All right, so we can do another beacon. And originally I was planning on putting some prismarine in there, but I think... sun's going down. I think that perhaps a bit of a beacon, because we've got the extra beacon, we may as well use it. That might be pretty good. So let's get rid of a bit of this stuff there. Keep that. Get rid of that. Okay, wonderful. Pick those up. I need 9 of these. There we go. 2 more. Wonderful. Okay, so that'll be enough to start a beacon off. And I don't want the beacon to be on unless you're in the cave. So when we get the cave entrance worked out, I'm gonna just let me sleep. By the way, have you noticed the sky's a little bit lighter? I was messing around with another like shade of the sky. It's a light blue. You'll see now when it comes back to the daytime. It's kind of cool, but I must admit I do like the darker blue better. Let me show you the dark blue. Like that compared to that out, that in. No, that's the wrong way. Oh wait, I didn't say save. That's why. Okay, take that one out. Put that one in. Done. And now have a look at this. Give it a second. There we go. Much brighter, much darker. And I also noticed another thing. Look at this. This also makes it look a little bit moodier. So if you put the moody brightness, that didn't change anything. But then you go into here. This is what really does it. Sky off. Yeah, there we go. Moody, sky off. Feels very, very moody without the sky because it goes all dark. But let me leave that. I'm messing around too much. But just stuff I was playing around with. Oh, and I'm touching the wrong buttons. There we go. Okay, creeper. First of all, first priority, get rid of creeper over there. Just had to check for closer threats. Oh, you're saved by that. Really, you're saved by the glass pane. All right. So let's get started here. This is obviously going to be the big deal. Actually, does the light from beacons melt the ice? There is a question. There's a very important question, actually. So let's do this. We want this to be the heart of this entire thing. So we do this here. We'll need to put in some of these. So I wanted to do this. Something like this. I want to just try it out. I'm not too sure whether it's going to work, but as per usual, test things out, and then we do know if it's going to work or not. So we do that there, that, and try it around. No, that was the opposite of what I was trying to do. There we go. And then we'll do it again. Another one of these. There. And by the way, I'm loving the way this lighting's turned out. It's actually, this place is turning out a lot nicer than I started to think it was going to. It's not quite at the level I was hoping for, though, to be honest. So I'm definitely going to do a lot more work on it after this, because I think it's got a bit of room for improvement. So let's go and make the beacon base in somewhere. I guess we could actually, you know what? It could look kind of cool having this extra beacon, the what is it, diamond block coming out the sides here when we do this here now. Let's try this out. That could look kind of cool. That could look very, very cool. And by the way, builds like this, which don't really have any like spot to be in the rest of the world, even though they seem sort of weird and useless considering we won't be coming back to them all the time, I think it's very important to have these things in the world. I love having these sorts of things, you know, just an odd thing to come back to, and you're like, wait, I remember that, you know, as I was talking about it earlier, but I really think that's important. So we'll do that there. Actually, I need this one open here. Then that goes in there. And I'm sure you guys can see what my next thought is. There we go. No. Oh. Why do beacons take so long to break? There we go. Perfect. All right. So beacon and ice are not a good idea. That didn't get too much snow. All right. So maybe I'll put the ice. I'll do the ice one more. So I'll do this here. I will do some of... Do I have any compressed? I do. Wonderful. So we'll put some compressed in here. I'm going to mix this up as well with a little bit. So we'll do that there. Bit of... We can't do ice. I'll do a bit more of this light blue. And I guess now that we've actually got the actual concrete powder, that also works quite well. So there we go. I don't think... now, I may be wrong, but I don't think that is going to affect us. Does that? Yeah, that definitely does. Definitely does. All right, so then I can do... What can I put in there? Because I need this one here to be around this height here. So I guess I'm just going to fill it in with a bit of these. I guess that's my only option. All right, that's not a problem. So we'll do that there, and then the real big... This is going to end so badly. I know what I'm about to do is going to be such a dumb thing, but I'm going to do it. I think it'll work. I think what I'm about to do will work, but just hold up 1 second. It's gonna be either the coolest thing I've ever done, not really, but it'll be up there, or it's gonna be one of the dumbest things I've ever done, or it could be both. It could be both, but I'm guessing it's on the dumber of the sides. So we'll do that there, and it looks good that nothing is actually melting at the moment. Kind of all uneven. I'm happy with the unevenness. Okay, let's check what this looks like. Okay, I'm gonna have to... I think I'm gonna put glass in the middle there so that we get the light coming down through the sides. So I'll get that done after this. Now what we're gonna do is... Oh, and also we can put these on. Yeah, like there. There, around there. Get rid of that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the dumb thing. Let's start this off. So we need that. We need these. And if anyone knows how these end, it's not gonna end. It's not gonna end well. I guarantee you. I'm. It's not ending well for me at all today. But I'm gonna do it. By the way, there's a random car making noises because someone needs to rev. You know, you can't just pull off from a traffic light or whatever, nice and slowly. You have to really give it a bunch of petrol in it, doesn't it? Okay, so this is where I'm. Okay. Let's hope the cloud horse is with us. I've never done this. Oh, yes, that worked. There we go. That actually looks really, really cool. A little bit of liveliness to this. I want a bit of light on that. So I'm going to get those... Oh, I forgot them again. The end rods. That's what they are. I'm going to get them and put them on top of this. That's going to look really, really cool. So I'll get this light sorted out because this build's really all about the light, it looks like. Just getting light coming out of places. I'm going to get it to come down the bottom there, come out the sides. It's going to be really, really awesome. All right, you ready? Are you ready, ready? Let's have a look. Looking good. It's finally turned out. I'm actually very happy with this, you know? Oh, no. Oh. Oh, really? Okay. We'll get that up. We'll get that. That's not a problem. It's actually cleared out more space for me. I wanted it like that. That's perfect. Thank you, Creeper. All right, so this... Oh, man, actually, could you imagine if that was next to one of these? Oh, that would have been like a chain reaction of absolute destruction. Oh, man. That could have actually been a really, really bad ending to this. All right, so that's what we're looking at. This is how it's all come out. That's actually not a big problem, actually, to be completely fair. And by the way, I had to replace most of the ice with glass because it actually did end up getting the ice a little bit further. But I think it's turned out really, really well. Plus, not to mention, these extra little end crystals look really, really, really neat. I like them. Just around the place there. I think I've got 5 or 4 in total. I'm pretty sure 5, actually. Yeah, 5. Right, so I want to quickly do something. Let me go up here. And I mentioned how cool the view was from up that side. That's the side I really, really do like of the view. And by the way, these boats I'm leaving here. I like the idea that there's... I'll take this one for now. But I like the idea that they have a whole bunch of junk just getting washed up there, as I said. And I think it will be really, really cool to have the boat just floating in the water because it gives it a little bit of an angle, you know? Look at that. That is looking so good. The cloud horse, the sun going down, half of a lighthouse. I can't believe I forgot one of the most important parts of this, but yeah, I know many of you are yelling at me. Jansey, why don't you eat your food? Eat your food. Your health is low. Your food is low. Why aren't you eating? Well, let me tell you exactly why I'm not eating. Because I'm going to finish this episode off with a bang. Let me show you this. Let me show you exactly what I'm about to do. That goes over here. And this goes over here.